Hey, what's going on, guys? Landon here with Late Model Restoration, and today this video is going to cover my quick breakdown and detailed install on ACME's convertible headliner for the 83 through 93 Fox Body Mustang. In case you were unaware, convertible Fox Body Mustangs first made their way onto the scene in 1983, of course outlasting to the end of the Fox era in 1993. Well, something the 93 convertible Fox had that the previous years did not was a fancy factory option headliner. Well, fast forward a few years and the folks over at ACME Auto Headlining took one of those factory option headliners in a 93 and mimicked the features and fastening characteristics for it to fit in a 1983 through 92 Fox body, and of course be a replacement option for you 93 owners. This headliner will feature the OEM-like construction and will help reduce road noise, and best of all, the hardware needed to complete the installation is available separately for a factory-like fit and finish. No instructions are included with the headliner, but this detailed install will help anyone that owns a convertible Fox and are looking to hide that not so attractive metal top frame. A few recommendations I have for you guys on this install before we begin. It is in your absolute best interest to remove the front seats, middle console, and to roll the carpet back prior to install. This will allow you to stand in the car and basically just move around a lot easier while you're installing the headliner. Also, patience is strongly recommended before tackling this as well. So with that being said, follow along fellas as I walk you through the informative steps on installing an ACME headliner into this 1990 convertible Fox body. If you opted to remove the middle console, front seats, and roll back the carpet, remove the 4 Phillips head screws securing the rear interior quarter panel to the body of the car. Carefully free the upper seatbelt trim cover from the interior quarter panel. Now, remove the 2 Phillips head screws next to the seatbelt, slide the seatbelt through the provision, and disconnect the quarter window switch electrical connection if equipped. If not, remove the manual crank handle. Do the same for the other side and then remove the interior quarter panels from the car. Grab the headliner and snap the plastic run channels to the top of the convertible frame. Loosen the top latches and position the top straight up in the air. If it helps, use an old broom handle or equivalent method to help hold the convertible top. Pull the headliner flush with the edge of the top frame. To find the center point, use a piece of painter's tape and wrap the edge of the headliner. Pull straight back on the headliner and mark the top frame with a paint pen or marker. Once the center point is marked, measure the distance from where the snap button will be secured on the plastic sheath and the outside edge of the headliner material. This should measure 1 inch. Using a tape measure and center punch, place a mark 1 inch down from the edge of the frame. Drill at the marked area with an 1/8 inch drill bit and then carefully screw in a self-tapping set screw. Next, measure the distance from the center area of the slot on the plastic sheath directly to the left or right of the small center hole. This distance should measure 3 1/8 inches. Back on the frame, measure out 3 1/8 inches from the center of the set screw. Mark the area. Make a template that is perfectly straight and is 1 inch long. This will help make things a lot easier since you aren't tugging the tape measure around. Center punch the mark and drill a hole with the 1/8 inch bit. Carefully screw in a set screw. Continue this 3 more times at the same 3 1/8 inch measurement. Then measure 1 inch down from the top and center punch the marks. Again, be sure your template is perfectly straight and not at an angle. Drill the 3 holes and carefully screw in 3 self-tapping set screws. Back to the front side of the headliner. Measure the distance between the neck slot on the plastic sheath. This will come in at exactly 5 inches. Measure from the center point of the set screw and mark the frame. Center punch 1 inch down from the top of the frame. Measure the distance of the last 2 slots. This distance is 2 7/8. Since this is such a drastic curve on the frame, grab some old wire or something equivalent and make a measuring tool. Cut the wire at 2 7/8. This will come in extremely handy since you won't have to worry about balancing a tape measure. Place it along the curvature and mark the area. Measure 1 inch down and center punch the mark. Drill out the 2 holes and then carefully install 2 set screws. Before continuing to the other side, now would be a good time to make 2 more measuring tools. One at the 3 1/8 length and the other at 5 inches. Repeat the previous steps for the other set screws. I can't stress this enough, guys. Be sure and take your time. Measure twice and drill once. Now, vacuum up any metal shavings and remove the headliner from the car. Clean off a flat workbench, grab a hammer and some button snaps. Place the button head underneath the plastic sheath. then followed by the striking plate. Place a snap over the button head and position the striker. Make sure the striker is straight and then carefully hit it a few times with the hammer. Repeat this method for all of the slots and the center hole in the plastic sheath. While you have the headliner out of the car, continue installing the snap buttons to all designated areas on the plastic sheaths. When you reach the rear of the headliner, make sure the button head is fastened to the plastic sheath in the correct manner. The button head should be on the same side with the Velcro adhesive. Once the button snaps are installed, reinstall the headliner into the car. Snap the front of the headliner. Position the small plastic hook under the convertible top latch. Secure the hook to the metal weather strip channel. Do the same for the other side. Now, apply painter's tape the entire length of the flat vertical portion of the frame. Align the side piece of the headliner along the edges of the vertical frame. Be sure and hold the headliner steady and then firmly press down on the material to leave an indentation in the painter's tape. Use your center punch to mark the center of the 3 indentions. Remove the tape and then drill 3 holes with the 1/8" drill bit. Carefully install 3 self-tapping screws. Repeat these steps for the other side. Button the sides and then fasten the double-sided hook and loop Velcro through the opening in the metal frame support. Do the same for the other side. Moving to the rear of the headliner, unsnap the 2 factory button snaps. Utilize these 2 set screws and snap the headliner in place temporarily. Pull straight back on the headliner and then center punch the center hole in the plastic sheath. Make a 7-inch measuring tool out of the same wire or equivalent method and then center punch the next 2 marks from the center hole. The last mark will be 5 inches from the mark closest to the pre-installed set screw. Use the 5-inch measuring tool you made earlier. Do the same for the other side. Drill the marked areas with the 1/8" bit. Use the same bit to drill out the rivet in the factory set screw. This step is optional and the pre-installed set screws can be left alone. Install the self-tapping set screws into the holes. Snap the rear of the headliner into place. Moving to the very back of the convertible top, follow the seam from the back window all the way to the back plastic trim. Mark the center of the trim with the center punch and then drill a hole with the 1/8" bit. Install a self-tapping screw and then do the same for the other side. Snap the elastic strap to the set screw. Back toward the front of the car, wipe down the inside of the frame on both sides with rubbing alcohol. Remove the Velcro adhesive backing from the first strip and then firmly apply pressure to the frame rail. Separate the 2 Velcro pieces and then roll the adhesive around the frame rail. Do the same for the next Velcro strip and then repeat these steps for the other side. Clean the back of the convertible top and secure the Velcro backing to the top. Do the same for the other side. Finally, moving to the top of the headliner. Repeat the previous steps for the remainder of the Velcro strips. Be sure and position the strap out of the way before you stick the Velcro adhesive to the top of the frame. Double check your work and you're all done installing the headliner. Take this time to vacuum up any metal shavings and then reinstall your interior quarter panels. Also, if you reposition your carpet, remove your middle console and seats, reinstall those as well. Give everything a solid once over and you're all finished. As far as installation is concerned, guys, this one should take you roughly 2 to 3 hours from start to finish. Yeah, that does seem a little long for a headliner. However, once you finish everything up, you'll be asking yourself, well, why didn't I do it sooner? One little note I would like to point out, it's on the back of the top and the 2 Velcro pieces on each side of the window. If for some reason they do not want to stick properly, a can of spray adhesive will do the trick. Of course, be sure and follow the directions on the back of the can for proper adhesion. Other than that, guys, enjoy your new ACME headliner. If for some reason you need a little help removing your front seats and your middle console, those videos will be available for you in the description. If you guys want to continue watching the best install videos on YouTube, then hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date with all of our latest content. While you're at it, head back over to the site and pick up an ACME convertible headliner for your 83 to 93 Fox Body Mustang at lmr.com.